Today we're going to talk about dreams interpretation, and also your ideas about dreams and how you're creating them or messages you get from them. How do you know the difference? I'm going to share some information that's extremely valuable because, like everything else, you really are the creator of everything. You got to pay attention to these dreams. Yeah, they're very insightful, and it takes you into a space that is outside of, let's just say, the realms of the 3 and 4D world, beyond time, beyond the material world. How does that happen? How does it work? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. There's a huge shift out here on YouTube. We've got a lot of people who have their attention all over the place, and I'm not always sure what to talk about, so I just talk about the things that I know are relevant to me, that I think could really help you to completely change your life. So today we're going to talk about dreams because not only are they insightful, but you're actually the creator of them. They don't just happen to you. Dreams are actually your physical energy space. I'm not talking about the material physical world. I'm talking about the actual energy field that animates your body actually goes outside into other dimensions. Yes, it does. It's not just your brain doing stuff. However, that is still a component. As long as you're in this body, it's still attached to you. There's still programming in there. So, dreams will reflect a lot of things that I'm going to talk about here in this video, but programming does have an effect on what you're dreaming for one reason. It's like near-death experiences. People have similar ones, but they are always geared toward what that person believes. So people might meet Jesus that are Christians, others might meet other beings. There's so much of your beliefs that are in that, and I want you to understand that nothing is separate. So everything is attached, everything contributes, and you are part of a collective that is everything. Now here's how it affects dreams. Dreams is when your energy field goes outside of your body into another realm, but is still connected to your body. So therefore, the energy field and the beliefs and everything that you have created, plus the influence of programming in other people, is still part of your energy field that is going out here, because you're still attached to the Matrix game. You're still part of the game, right? So that energy field is very strong. So you're not going into the near-death experience where you're detaching from it. Of course, they never really do because they come back. However, you are still within that realm of the material world, and so the experiences, the beliefs, and all the things that are going on in your life affect that dream space. So you're actually the pilot that is saying where you're going. So if you are in a negative space and you're in anxiety and you're going through all these things, you might have some very disturbing dreams. Now here's what I want to warn you about. This is very, very important. Your energy field is an accumulation of everything. That means whatever you expose yourself to is not just something you look at. It becomes a part of your energy field forever. It's an accumulation. Once you put that dropper of red dye in the water, you can't separate it. Does this make sense? That is your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and what you expose yourself to. In other words, conspiracy theories, negative stuff on media, television, gossip, listening to other things, speaking and sharing things, it all creates your energy field. And you could be taking it down. Even if you're not thinking negatively, if you expose yourself to other negativity, that red dropper dye in the field of your energy, it affects it. You will have dreams that reflect that. That will be a part of it. I have had incredibly off-the-charts bizarre dreams. All of them are when I'm in control of some negativity that's going on out there. And there's no fear in there, which is interesting. You know, I teach breakthrough fears, my whole platform. I empower people to break through it because you're going to experience fear. You're going to experience it all. It's part of the human journey. So, I mean, we signed up for this. If you guys are ready, here's how you can break through it. Why do we want to break through it? This is my book. It's out. It's doing extremely well because it makes sense. Why? When you break through it, you're not trying to escape fear. It's the experience that we want. It allows us to be motivated to do certain things. It allows us to experience things that we don't get to experience when we're outside of our bodies. Dreams are the same way. So your experience from fears is your beliefs and your thoughts drive how you feel and then how you act in the real world. If you're happy or not, it's a story in your head. Dreams are the same way. Whatever energy field that you have exposed yourself to or intermingled with, entangled with, is going to be reflected in that dream state. You're the driver. So if I'm going into negativity, I'm driving into that frequency. And when I go into that unbelievable quantum field in my dream state, I'm now in that frequency. All right? So I may have seen things, have beliefs or whatever. It's everything. Watch what you expose yourself to. You want the positivity. You want to be empowered. So when you go into a dream state and things are maybe a little challenging in your life, negative, you'll have a tendency to be empowered in that space. So even if it's feeling a little scary, I had a really cray one last night. I'm just trying to make sense of this thing. But it was a little bit challenging. It was challenging, but at no point did I ever feel threatened. But I was definitely challenged in the dream. It was actually quite exciting. I was on some huge flying thing. I don't know what it was. It wasn't a bird, but it was amazingly huge. And a bunch of us were on it trying to balance on this thing. And we were supposed to jump off at some point. And it was like way down there that we were going to jump off into, and we had to pick these spots that we were going to jump off into, and I kept hanging in there because I was trying to get a little lower so I could see, and it was a huge ocean, and people were dropping off into the ocean, and others on land, which, like, I mean, how are you going to, land there, splat? It was just bizarre, and I'm like, what does that mean? Well, here's what I want to share with you about that. You have to take a look at your life, because people will interpret dreams for you. They've interpreted my dreams. They're so way off base, it isn't funny. Just so way off base. Your beliefs, your experiences, what you're going through is all contributing, and there's only one person that really knows what that is, and it's you. So somebody can say, a giraffe means this or that, and that just doesn't work that way. It doesn't. It can, but it's very personalized. So if you try to look up what a dream means, chances are pretty good it's just not going to fit for you. Dreams are very personal. We want to put things in boxes. This means this. The signs of awakening are this. No, they can be all kinds of different signs. I'm going to have videos on that also, because people are experiencing some bizarre things now. Bizarre feelings, maybe a little unstable. We are shifting, and we are energy fields, and we are shifting into some other dimensions right now, raising our frequency. There's instability on the planet. And so that's all part of it. We are just an energy field. That's what the matrix is. So the dreams, sit down and take a look at them, because they're very insightful. Not just of what's happening or what's going to happen, but what you're thinking and feeling. And are you triumphant in it? Are you fearful? Was there somebody chasing you? It's all a reflection of how you're feeling about your experience here in the matrix. And so you can correct a lot of things based on those dreams. Now, if you were in a very challenging situation and you were like the hero or whatever, you might be feeling in your life that you're here to help raise the frequency of the planet, as I feel I am. Actually, everybody's here to do that. But you have your own individual journeys. And so maybe you're feeling like, okay, I'm feeling like there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I'm up for the challenge, and it was a little scary. Well, it wasn't scary for me, but it was a little like, wow, overwhelming. But I knew I had to jump off into this area at some point from this super high space. What does that mean? Well, if I sat down and really thought about it, it was just so obvious. So no matter how positive you are or whatever enlightened space you go into, you're still on a planet that has a lot of energy that you interact with. You are not separate from it. You're picking up on it. It doesn't have to be negative. People tell me they're empaths. Oh, I'm going to this negative space. I said, okay, well then you've got it, you got something else going on here, because you must be interpreting that as negative instead of observing it, all right? So you are going to pick up on other people's energy fields. Same thing in dreams and whatever. But if you are in a negative space, then you're going to react to it in a negative way. It's going to be very painful and ugly, instead of saying, okay, I feel it, and then you just observe it. You don't react to it or interpret it or go into anxiety where you just say, okay, whew. And I teach people this, I teach you guys how to observe things. You don't entangle with it. You are participating in a field, but you don't have to swim in the ocean. You can look at it, you can hear it, you know what's going on. You don't have to get into it or drown. So these interpretations of dreams that I'm talking about right now are very personal right now, and they are also a reflection of the matrix shared experience. And so I want you to start paying attention to your dreams, because they are very telling about where you are in your energy field, in your evolution with your frequency. Where are you with your frequency? If a dream is scary, it doesn't mean you're in a low frequency. It means that you are, as we are on the planet, engaged in a lot of challenges here that are going to go on, and you're feeling that. There's a lot going on here. It's pretty chaotic right now, right? But it's things getting into check. It's everything transforming. So don't worry about this. You don't have to go into fear. You guys haven't read the book yet? People are telling me it's mind-blowing. I want you to just know that fear is a chosen space and a shared one. It allows us to go into an experience that we don't get to know outside of our bodies. Don't fight it. Experience it. Wow, that's fear. Whew. That's not something that we do when we go into the expansive energy field, because we get further away from the density when you go out there. That's why when we go into the near-death experiences, we experience pure love, because we're nowhere near that density down here on the bottom of the pyramid. We're up here somewhere. So sit down and take a look at your dreams. And don't try and have somebody else tell you what they are, because they will not know. They can't possibly know the experience you had, or the television show you watched, or the conspiracy theories that you're believing. They can't know any of that. And so you have to ask yourself, what have you exposed your energy field to? What are you believing? And if you're in fear at all, then you're going to experience some disempowerment in those dreams, and that is completely you driving it. There's nobody else. Now, just remember something. If you're in a low frequency and you go into that space, that's real. Others are in that space. So if you're tuned into this, you're going to experience this. These beautiful energy fields up here, they're off doing something else. So if you're here, you're going to experience this. This is why you want to raise your frequency. You want to go into love and compassion and stop worrying, anxiety, telling yourself some cray-cray stories about things that just you can change in an instant. So you go into that dream state. Even if you experience some crazy stuff, you won't go into fear. You'll be in empowerment, and it could be actually a mind-blowing dream like I had. It's like, wow, it was so real, and it is. Your energy field really does go out there. That is not your brain doing that. You are expanding into that quantum space. So start writing them down and ask yourself, where am I here? Was I empowered in a lower frequency? I got to experience that. I'm probably feeling that out here. So I'm not going to tell you what a giraffe in your dream means, or a bunny. I'm going to tell you that you can sit down and figure this out, and how you were feeling in it. And if you are feeling very negative and disempowered, it's time to change what you expose your energy field to here, and that will take you into that frequency in your dreams. You definitely want to go to a higher one, because that's what you're here for. You can change your life, your reality. These are free videos. You guys know I've got all kinds of cool stuff. I hope you'll subscribe. And of course, Go in the description. If there's something you can't click on up here, go in the description. I have all kinds of links for the free videos from me, the free 4 proven steps to manifest anything. You'll get that when you sign up for this list. Announcements for all kinds of cool stuff that's going to help you go into this space of total empowerment, of light and love, and no longer struggling in pain, in fear. You don't have to go there. Let's take it to the next level, my friend. I know you're ready for it because you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Hope you'll buy this. I think it'll blow your mind. It explains everything we're going through and the tipping point that is happening right now and what that means for you. Total empowerment. You ready for it? Namaste.